also lets us save our creature from a removal spell that we know he has. So he's going to 5. He's dead in 2 here, and this creature is a quick troop, so we can play it on his turn, and it also has the ability, if it's on top of our deck, we can play it from the top of our deck, which is sweet. So I wouldn't be super surprised to see him Crackling Bolt the Brown Fox Scout here. And we're going to Time Ripple our Scout back, which it does make it cost 1 more, because normally that's a benefit because you're Time Rippling your opponent's stuff, but that's fine. And then we can just play this right back out. Continue to beat down. He's still dead in 2. And we're at a pretty healthy 10. His Rage Fires are only dealing 6 at this point. Thunderfield Seer, so this card is just a 1/1, but it adds draw a card to the next action in our deck. So the next action we draw, we'll draw an additional card when we play it. So we'll ship for 3 here, put him to 2. And then pretty surprised if we lose this game. Pretty good spot. Archmage, that's pretty good. Hi, Jakisha. That was actually one of his draws that could get him back in this game. So we can Scorch our Seer. He's scorching me. Alright, I'm going to Time Ripple this idiot in response, I think. Yeah, because he just can't recast, and I don't want him to like cantrip into other actions that let him draw cards. So we're just going to put that back in his hand. And take 1 here. Because it's possible he could chain together a bunch of like 0 and cheap actions and then eventually draw his Phoenix, which is a card that costs less resources based on the number of actions he's played for the turn. So I like being a little conservative there. Things I do and don't like. Mass Polymorph's really bad in this matchup. Time Ripple's medium. It's okay, but it we need it to like deal with their constants. Usually they have cards post board that like deal damage to us when we draw cards. Pride's Fall probably doesn't actually kill that many things. I think I want Nature's Reigns and at least 1 Verdict. I think I want multiple Verdicts. I'm going to trim 1 Time Ripple for now. Bring in a couple extra Verdicts. Why not Soul Marble in the deck or Luna Paw? Soul Marble, I just didn't feel like I needed another thing that was a win condition. It is definitely significantly cheaper than Magic. You're not wrong there. Sapper's Charge might actually just be better than Martyr based on like all of the cards he's playing. Martyr has the upside of killing Phoenixes permanently, but other than that, I think Sapper's Charge is probably better. Peace, Takeshia. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'm not sure what Luna Paw does offhand. I'd have to look that one up. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Follows and subs are the 2 best ways to support the stream. Keeps us going. It's probably just a mulligan. We can cast Sapper's Charge and Nature's Reigns, but like not having a Sapphire and having 2 double Sapphire cards in our opener is pretty bad. Prophesize is a troop, action, and resource in your deck. I think it's 2/2 whenever you play Prophesize card. What's the... This can cast all of its cards. It's probably a keep. It's a little slow. Brown Fox Scout's pretty good because he plays the 1-drop that gets bigger when he plays actions. Yeah, so there's the 1-drop. This thing gets out of hand pretty quickly. actually a pretty good draw. So I think I'm gonna go Wild Shard, Sapper's Charge here on one. It just gives us the opportunity to draw an untapped Shard next turn and kill this. He's got a pretty aggressive start here. Untap Shard. If he's able to transform this again next turn into a 3/3, we're probably in trouble. I guess this is a nod towards the Sapper's Charge might not being very good. Because if this Sapper's Charge had been a Martyr that I cut for it at the last second before we submitted, we would have just been able to Martyr this turn and like not take any more damage from it. So that's maybe perhaps I've just sideboarded. How's it going? Also sorry. Well, if he doesn't have another action, we have a chance. Shock this idiot. He missed a shard drop, so that's good for us. I think I'm going to go Arcane Focus, and then we will activate Wintermoon's ability here. Verdict of the Ancient King sounds great. Taking the 1-drop would let us curve out a little bit better, but Verdict is a good protection spell against his reach here in a little bit later game. Especially considering we're already at 11. Like, we really want to find a Stargazer to start getting life. This deck, I feel like, has a pretty good matchup against the other Wintermoon decks in the format, so I don't think I need to hedge for Wintermoon. I haven't actually played against Mono Blood yet, so I don't know whether or not that is favorable or otherwise. Sweet. So not only do we draw a shard that we can use this turn, but there's a Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck, in addition to this one in our hand. So at his end step, we can play 2 Brown Fox Scouts, or we can Verdict to counter a non-troop card and play Brown Fox Scout. So pretty good setup here. If he has a Archmage here, that's pretty good. Yep. If he has a Scorch, that would suck. Alright, so we're going to play Brown Fox Scout out, and then... Actually, this card alone is probably reason to have left the Martyrs in our deck. So, I definitely think I've misconfigured my sideboard here. Let's take that. This card's just going to bury us. Like, leaving this card unchecked is just like an instant way to die. We really need Time Ripple, which we did not find. So yeah, so mistakes were made. Probably going to have all 3 of the Martyrs in the deck for the 3rd game here. We're going to put Arcane Focus and Peak back in the deck. I think I'm going to lean Brown Fox Scout back so he has to kill it if he wants to attack in. Yeah, maybe he'll get greedy and shove. That would be great. I mean, ambush it. I'm killing my guy. Nope, he's killing me. Alright, I'm gonna Verdict this because I don't want him to get a charge and get a Scorch. We are not playing anything cute like Replicator's Gambit, no. Sucks. So like I said, pretty dead just because Archmage is sitting here going to draw a bunch of cards. Alright, well. If we can live through this turn, we have a chance. Maybe. We don't want him to draw, we want him to draw like exactly creatures, we don't want him to draw shards, and we don't want him to draw... so I'd be very surprised if we live through this. dead. Alright, continue. Riverhead, Stargazy, I can't say that I have. He doesn't look like he has. I'm gonna cut these Sapphire charges and just bring in all the Martyrs. I think I almost want the Time Ripple too. If I'm not playing the Nature Trains, I think I'm obligated to have all the Time Ripples in case he has the permanent based things. But I guess I have 3. I have extra counter magic. Yeah, we'll go ahead and save. I mean, like, normal Winter Moon almost never beats decks like the one we're playing against, so... I think 7 counter spells is enough. Especially here on the play. Like, I could see a 4th Verdict being okay maybe, but... We're just getting hit with the rough side of variance on this. This hand's much better. Got a Brown Fox Scout on top, unfortunately. So I almost want to play Arcane Focus on one here, but that's got to be wrong. Yeah, this is like a mid-range / tempo deck. Regular Winter Moon. The traditional Winter Moon builds like Eagle I've won the IQ with are control decks. Alright, so we're going to play the Sapphire Shard out. We're going to play Arcane Focus. We're going to loot with Stargazer. I'm just going to have another Shard. We're going to loot with Stargazer, and then we're going to activate Winter Moon's ability. Oh, Thunderfield Seer's not bad. I think I'm going to put Brown Fox Scout back in my deck at this point. I mean, maybe I'm just playing against bad players, but I'm 2-0 or 3-0 against regular Winter Moon, as you keep referring to it as. Like, I don't think there's enough people like playing this game currently to really have super defined archetypes. Oh, did my opponent... My opponent kept a really bad 7. Alright. Either that or he accidentally skipped through his turn. Sweet. I'll take it either way. We mulliganed a bunch. I'm going to play Thunderfield Seer out first here, and then I'm going to loot with Stargazer. I'm going to bin a Sapphire Shard at this point. I'm going to play this out as a diamond so we can start gaining life. I think I want to just start getting a life buffer here. And then we have Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck. So at the beginning of our turn, next turn, we're going to play this before we draw. Alright, he hit a second resource. I assume his hand must be like really good if he would have risked not having a resource. The open was medium. Modern's kind of a crapshoot right now. So, you know, it's got that going for it. So play Brown Fox Scout off the top of our deck before we draw, so we can draw another card. So card advantage basically drew itself. I'm going to play this. I think I just want to martyr this idiot. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm just going to martyr this idiot and then crack him for 2. We're not activating Stargazer this turn, but I think I want to just, like, activate Winter Moon's ability, and I'm probably not going to do it. It's Flight and Spell Shield. Sure. Alright, well, we can't attack now. I mean, I hear people say things like that in Magic all the time. Well, like those are just bad people playing in those events, and like I've played in the weekly events, and like honestly, the decks I played against in the weekly events, I top 16. One of them I went like 3-1 or 4-1 to do that. I played against worse decks than that because people didn't have to pay an entry fee to play in it. Like,